So now we will be studying about the vector 3. So the vector 3 represents the depolarization of the posterior-basal part of the left ventricle and the interventricular septum. Okay, and the interventricular septum. So the depolarization of this region will generate the vector 3, and it forms the terminal portion of the QRS complex. Now, just like we did the direction of the vector 1 and vector 2, the direction of the vector 3 is directed posteriorly and superiorly. So this is the net direction of the vector, the positive side facing here and the negative side facing here. The image might not be able to depict it the way it looks in the real sense. You really need to imagine it as well. If you keep a recording electrode here, that is, if you try to imagine the location of V1, you will see that the positive side of the vector is located towards the recording electrode, that is V1, hence the deflection will be positive. Now, it might seem to you that the deflection is negative, but it's actually positive because it's coming back to the baseline and moving towards the positive deflection. Therefore, this is a positive deflection, okay? This one was a negative deflection, okay? Yeah. Similarly, if we talk about the lead V5, in the lead V5, which if we consider as a recording electrode, what would be the deflection of this vector 3 in this lead? Can you think? So here the head of the vector, that is the positive side, will be facing away from the recording electrode, or the negative side would face towards the recording electrode. Hence the deflection will be down, that is negative. So this is the deflection and the position of the vector given in the horizontal plane and the frontal plane, just like we did in case of vector 1 and vector 2. So you see, this is how the different waves of the ECG are formed, and this is the reason why we have the positive deflection and the negative deflection in certain leads and in certain waves. So in order to understand this part of the video, it's important that you know the positioning of the leads, the concept of what happens when the current flows towards the positive electrode, what happens when the positive side of the vector faces the recording electrode, and you should also know the different vectors formed by the depolarization of the different parts of the heart. So that is important for you to understand the ECG, okay?